everyone that we're still in the very early stages of this investigation, and that we're still working to sort through all the details that took place throughout the entire course of this investigation, and especially today. So with that being said, there will be very limited ability for either myself or the Virginia State Police to answer questions at the conclusion of this press conference. We'll go back to where this started. On Sunday, April the 4th, at approximately 9 a.m., deputies with the Henry County Sheriff's Office responded to the Circle K located at 1560 Virginia Avenue in the Collinsville area of Henry County, after we received a report of a female victim who had been the victim of a domestic violence incident. Upon arrival there, deputies made contact with that domestic violence victim, who reported that she had been assaulted by her boyfriend. She identified that individual as Christopher Thomas Shepard, age 35. The victim also stated that she and Shepard had been cohabitating for approximately 8 months at a residence located at 200 Goffin Drive, also in the Collinsville area of Henry County. The victim reported that Shepard had committed multiple acts of violence against her over at least a 2-day period, including physical assault, strangulation, and non-consensual sexual acts. Further, she advised that Shepard threatened her life and used a firearm during the incident to intimidate and control her. Following that domestic violence investigation, deputies here from the Sheriff's Office obtained warrants for Christopher Thomas Shepard on the following charges: 1 count of rape, 1 count of object sexual penetration, 1 count of strangulation, 1 count of abduction, 1 count of assault and battery of a family or household member, 1 count of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and 1 count of use of a firearm in the commission of a felony. In addition to that, what we learned in the course of that initial investigation, the Shepard was also warranted out of North Carolina for a probation violation related to a prior violent felony conviction. Based on the information we had, we believe Shepard to be armed with a semi-automatic handgun. In fact, we had a photograph of him from a trail camera leaving the camper armed with a handgun. And based on his actions and history, we believed him to be dangerous to our community. With that said, our deputies have been actively searching for him since Sunday. During that time period, we've been assisted by multiple agencies, including the Martinsville Police Department, the Pennsylvania County Sheriff's Office, and the Virginia State Police. We developed information indicating that Shepard had no known ties or support system here in Henry County, which ultimately led us to believe and suspect that he fled into the large wooded tract of land surrounding the trailer park. Over the past 2 days, deputies located multiple indicators confirmed that Shepard was still within a large, heavily wooded tract of land spanning several hundred acres here in the Collinsville area. Our deputies had worked around the clock to ensure this community was safe and that he was apprehended. At approximately 9:40 a.m. today, Henry County deputies received information that Shepard had possibly been seen entering that wooded tract headed toward Berry Hill Court, which was a part of that trailer park he originally resided in. At 10:42 a.m., our deputies, including a K-9 unit and SWAT team members, encountered Shepard in that wooded area. During that encounter, Shepard was armed with a handgun. For approximately 9 minutes, multiple deputies attempted to de-escalate this armed standoff. During this time period, Shepard pointed his weapon toward the deputies multiple times, and ultimately, in response to the threat, a deputy assigned to the Sheriff's Office SWAT team discharged their firearm, striking Shepard. This incident was recorded on multiple body-worn cameras. That audio and visual evidence indicates that both the deputy and Shepard discharged their firearms nearly simultaneously. Deputies immediately began rendering life-saving measures. However, Shepard was pronounced deceased at the scene. I have requested the Virginia State Police to conduct a complete and thorough investigation into this incident And after this press conference, any additional information will be released by the Virginia State Police as their investigation progresses. The deputy involved in this shooting has been placed on administrative leave with pay in accordance with standard procedure. A difficult decision was made by this deputy today, and because of his actions, this community is safe from this violent suspect. I'd also ask the public to remember, law enforcement officers are often forced to make difficult, split-second decisions in dangerous, rapidly evolving situations. These moments carry an immense weight, not only for the deputies involved, but also for their families who share the stress and uncertainty that comes with this profession. A difficult decision was made by this deputy today. Because of his actions, the community is safe from the suspect. First and foremost, our thoughts remain with the domestic violence victim who originally reported this incident. No one should ever have to endure the type of violence that she reported to us here at the Sheriff's Office. And to our community, please know that our Sheriff's Office is here for you. We are vigilant. We are committed to protecting you. This was a dangerous situation for all our residents. And let me just tell you how dangerous. We know for a fact that he had a cell phone, that he had entered the curtilage of people's homes attempting to gain Wi-Fi access. So oftentimes we believe he was becoming more and more desperate. So in fact, we were concerned about that all through the night. So this situation has been resolved and our community is now safe again. Here at the Sheriff's Office, I promise you, we will continue to operate with transparency and integrity as this investigation moves forward, and we're grateful for the trust you place in each of us every day. And from my perspective, it's truly an honor to be in a position to work so hard to serve the citizens of this community. And we're thankful for the support and relationships we've built here. Thank you.
Sheriff, I have a question. Were you able to tell us why he threatened the victim's life?
This was just an ongoing domestic situation.
Sheriff, is there any information on the condition of the victim and how she is holding up after all of this?
She was treated at a medical facility outside of our community, and as we understand it, she will recover from her injuries.
Sure.
Yes.
I know you can't talk about the incident, but can you tell me training in the situation? Obviously, the officer had a gun pointed at him, but where do you shoot? I mean, because how does that? Is there training on that?
Yeah, these officers here, we spare no expense for training and equipment to ensure these officers are safe. They go home to their families every day, as well as they have the ability to keep our community safe. The training they receive is extensive.
But the question I'd ask is, from a standpoint, I mean, there's places you can shoot that will kill and places that won't.
That's quite simply summarized as if we discharge our firearm, it's to stop the threat.
Is there any information or evidence that supports that someone might have been helping Christopher while he was currently on the run?
We have no evidence to indicate that he was being supported by anyone at all.
When you talk about the impact of the community and all of this, I know you got multiple tips, and it was a tip that actually led you to find him in the woods. Talk about the community's impact in an investigation just like this one.
Again, the community is key to everything. We're thankful for a great relationship with the community. Last night, we were out for a long period of time. This large tract of wooded land adjoins several residential areas here in Collinsville, densely populated residential areas. As we were riding through, the neighbors were coming out. They were concerned. They've been checking their home camera systems. So we had numerous people tell us they didn't want to sleep at night. We'd have people come out and ask us to check their campers, or should we go in and check their homes and closets before they go to bed. So there was definitely fear amongst the people who live in that area.
Did you get how many leads did you get?
We did not receive that many leads in this case, simply because he kept himself contained to this large tract of wooded land.
In the video you got, did you seek it, or did people give it to you?
We sought that video. What happened with that, Charles, is we brought in a bloodhound team from the Pennsylvania County Sheriff's Office on Monday. Those guys done an absolutely amazing job. We tracked off of a scent article belonging to Shepard well over a mile. They tracked to Riverside Pond where we were able to gain footage after requesting it. We then began to canvass the area where we found the other video footage that was released this morning showing he had been inside of the Circle K where he purchased some drinks. All right, thank you guys.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.